I have a new lens to show you. This is the Lensbaby Sol 45, and with it, you can get shots like this. If you are not familiar with Lensbaby, let me fill you in. It all started here. I purchased this guy in 2004 when it was released. This is an on-the-fly tilt lens. Super low tech, no electronics, single glass element, and tons of fun. Since this guy, Lensbaby has created a series of highly regarded lenses that bring your personal control of the lens itself right into the creative process. If you browse their site, you'll see words like wonder and expression. Their aim is photography as an art. And you know that lines up with my values. So when Lensbaby contacted me about this brand new Sol 45, I was in. Real quick, yes, Lensbaby sent this lens to me, but this video is not sponsored. Nobody tells me what to think or what to say. And that being said, I may stray into sounding like a commercial in this video. That's because I really like this lens. Okay, let's get to it. Let's go through a few specifications real quick. This is called the Sol 45 because it's 45 millimeters. It has a fixed aperture of f3.5 and it is a manual focus lens. Now where it really gets cool is that, like my original Lensbaby lens, this is a tilt lens that you adjust on the fly. Though I gotta say, Lensbaby has definitely improved the usability of this tilt since that original lens. And I say on the fly because the lens just kind of invites you to tilt from shot to shot with the camera still held up to your eye. And then it also has these bokeh blades, which change the look of the bokeh. I promise I'll get to all that in just a moment, and I'll show you photos. By the way, I have the Nikon F-mount version of the lens, but they do offer it for other brands. You can check in the link in the description below for all the different options. Before we go any further, in case you aren't familiar with what a tilt lens is, it is a lens where the front element can tilt off center so that you are moving the focus around the frame and changing the way the light hits the sensor. Basically, you got a lot of control and you get some really cool effects. You'll see in a minute. Let's take a closer look at the lens itself. There's a ring on the end of the lens to manually focus, pretty standard, but that is where the standardness of the lens comes to an end. Right behind the focus ring is how you tilt. It's not complicated. You just tilt it up, down, side, wherever. You have a ton of flexibility to move the focus around and create those cool effects. Or you know what, if you just don't want to tilt for a few shots, you can actually lock this into the centered position. But get this, there are these bokeh blades that you can flip down and change the look of those out of focus areas. Again, it's simple. You just put your finger in there and slide one or the both of them down. You can even rotate the entire blade mechanism around to continue to change the look of the bokeh. You ready to see a few photos I took the other day on a dewy morning walk in the woods? Okay, check it out. All right, here's the deal. These guys at Lensbaby were creating these dreamy and super cool photo effects before Instagram was a thing. You know what? Before smartphones were even a thing. And software filters are all well and good, but if you have watched many of my videos, you know that I prefer to get as close to my finished product as I can in my camera. And with this lens, I'm doing that. It's like previewing the filter while you're creating the image rather than doing it later on in Instagram or editing software. I think that's why I really enjoyed using this lens. I felt so connected to the process. I feel like that sounds a little bit strange, but between the wide aperture and the tiltiness, I felt like I was achieving this cool, dreamy look, but I had total control over how to get there. And it's easy to use. So this is definitely something to look at for those of you that enjoy playfulness in your photography. Maybe a little bit of mindfulness and taking your time with each photo. On the flip side, if you are one that is a stickler for the ultimately crisp image or you love to pixel peep, that's cool, but this lens, it just might not be your cup of tea. In fact, I may have been scouring the Lensbaby website last night and I came across a section of their site called Lensbaby Manifesto. It's like they were speaking to my soul. I'm not even kidding. These are definitely my people. I mean, we are the enemy of perfection. Are you with us? I literally nodded at the screen like, I'm with you. So anyway, you will definitely be seeing more from me in this lens. I want to get it outside some more, of course, but I also want to play with it for portraits. And I really want to try this out for a video and maybe time lapse too. I don't know, I'm telling you, I've recently gotten a few photography items in my hands that have really lit a creative fire under me, and this is definitely one of them. So if you're interested in this guy, check out that link below. And if you want to see more from me and this lens, make sure that you subscribe and follow me on social media and such. Links to those are all down below too. In the meantime though, what do you think of this lens? Are you a tilt lover? Do you have any Lensbaby lenses? Let me know in the comments.